Hello and welcome to Lady Applejack Speaks VA, a VA channel here on YouTube that focuses on the Netflix series Stranger Things. Guys, I'm back after a couple of days of a break. I apologize. Um, yeah, I was kind of feeling down in the dumps, to be honest, but now I'm feeling a little bit better and thought that I would record a new script for you guys. So here we are. Um, I hope you guys like it. I want to thank everybody out there for just being so nice. A lot of you guys reached out to me to just check in, and I'm fine. I think I'm worried a lot about my content. Like, I feel like sometimes it's not really that great, and I don't know, it eats away at me a little bit. So the fact that you guys reach out to me and talk to me on a regular basis and remind me, that you do enjoy my content has definitely helped greatly, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, I got out of my funk today and finished writing a script for series 3 and thought I would go ahead and record it for you guys. A little surprise for, well, a lot of you in the morning. I'm sure a lot of you are asleep right now, so. Also, I had some good news today. I found out that at my glaucoma evaluation that I do not have glaucoma. In fact, my nerves in the back of my eyes are perfectly fine. There is a little bit of pressure in my retina, but this is something that isn't too surprising. We already kind of knew that that was the case. And of course, the retina and the nerve that is affected by glaucoma are two separate things, but they kind of play side by side together. So, uh, yeah, it was good news to get that positive diagnosis today and not have to worry about that part of my eye. So the good news is I don't have to go to the glaucoma specialist until 6 months from now. And then I do have to meet with my retina specialist. Let's see, I think November 1st is when that meeting is. That's when they're going to tell me whether the laser treatments have worked or not. But they did say that they show some improvement in my eyesight. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, I'm kind of celebrating that as well. Like I said, I actually got a new episode for Series 3, Don't Stop Believing, where I follow the storyline of Eddie Munson and Liz Carver. And as you guys remember, Liz Carver is the younger biological sister of Jason Carver. Yes, that Jason that we know. I'm not going to say love. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway. So this is episode 3 of that series, and this episode takes place August 31st, 1985, which is Saturday morning back in 1985. So this would be right after the whole incident at Andy's party. If you haven't listened to that episode, or actually just the 2 episodes that start the series, go back and listen to those and then come back to this one. It will make more sense. So yeah, we're picking right up on Saturday morning, right after the party. And this episode is rated PG-13 for strong language and brief mentions of an SA attempt. Very, very brief. It's kind of glossed over, but if that still is concerning to you, no worries. Just go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram. And just say, hey, I need an episode summary for Series 3, Episode 3. And I'll know immediately what you're talking about, and I'll get that out to you. I do want to say that it usually takes me about 24 hours to reach back out. And it's not negligence or anything like that. It's just I get really busy with work and just life in general. So if you don't hear from me right away, don't take it personally. It's just, yeah, things are kind of crazy. So yeah, this episode is going to be told in Liz's point of view. So it's her narrative. You can internalize it or you could think of it as fourth wall, but the overall exchange is between her and Eddie. The episode's title name is Reflections, which is a song from the Supremes. I want to say it was released in 1966 or 67. Um, yeah, I know we're in the 80s. Why am I picking out 60 songs? Well, like I've told you guys before, if I think there's a song that is more appropriate and it doesn't fit in the time frame of the 80s, I'll go ahead and use that song as a title. Or sometimes won't be a song title, it'll be something totally different. So I picked this one in particular because obviously Reflections, this particular script is going to talk a little bit about Eddie and Liz's past. And I also just picked out nostalgia purposes. I really, really love this kind of music. This is the music that I was raised on. Like, my mom raised me on all kinds of music, but her primary love and passion was Motown. She listened to Motown all the time. She still does. She still does. Every time I go visit her, every time she's in the car with me, we're either listening to some of my music, which can range from anything from the 80s to Fall Out Boy, or she will want to listen to some Motown 60s, so Temptations, The Supremes, Four Tops, The Spinners, all those awesome bands of like the 60s to the 70s. So this particular song, it always reminds me of my childhood with my mom because she was a huge and still is a huge Supremes fan. So, with that being said, that's why I picked that title. Um, yeah, so let's just jump into it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Liz's point of view. Oh, 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 God, why is it so fucking bright in here? Oh, shit. I must have not closed my blinds last night. I roll over to switch pillows, looking for the cool side of the pillow. And the pillow I pick, it smells different. Instead of my signature eucalyptus shampoo and juniper perfume, I smell sandalwood, maybe a little bit of citrus and tobacco. Tobacco. It reminds me of my late grandpa, who was a huge, huge pipe smoker, clear up to the time of his death. It was, in a way, a comforting scent, but it clearly did not belong in my bedroom. I managed to open one of my eyes, squinting against the sunshine bleeding through the windows. This isn't my room. The room was definitely familiar, though. The walls are wallpapered in various metal band posters, concert handbills, and a few black and white photos that I had given Eddie right before he started high school. A lot of them was pictures of us. I could have sworn he got rid of those. I mean, we haven't really been friends for a long time. Eddie. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh no. Where is he? He's not in bed with me, is he? No, okay. I jerk awake and sit up. I'm in Eddie's bed. In Eddie's bedroom. Oh, God. What the hell happened last night? Hey. You feeling okay, Carver? My eyes make a quick scan of the bedroom, and I find that Eddie is sitting on the floor, his back against his dresser with a pillow propped up behind him. He stretches his arms above his head, yawning. Oh, oh Jesus. Oh, God, that's gonna hurt later. Oh, jeez. Um, what happened? Why am I... Calm down. Andy tried to drug you last night, and you were really, really out of it. Apparently, that girl that I sold the K to was buying it for Andy's supply. He drugged your beer. I overheard the girl talking shit with one of the other football players about what Andy was planning on doing to you, and oh no. Oh God. Shit. I remember some of it, but not all. Did he? No. Perk didn't. I busted down his door and I caught him before he could even undress you. Anyway, I knew that the milligrams I sold to that bitch was pretty high in terms of dosage, and I didn't feel comfortable taking you home. Especially since this is apparently, presumably, your first time under any sort of influence. At least that's what I was gathering from you. Yeah. Um, I haven't even been as much as drunk before. Yeah. I know that drug well enough to know that you shouldn't be alone when you're on it. I look down at the oversized Hellfire shirt that I'm wearing and I frown. How did he strip? Again, I know what you're about to say, and no. Mrs. Baumgartner on lot 4 is a registered nurse, and I occasionally supply weed to her husband. Anyways, she came over as a favor to check on you, and I asked her to change you into some comfortable clothes so you don't have to sleep in your new dress. Luckily, you packed an extra set of clothes for today, or you'd be totally screwed. Yeah, I packed them just in case I had to crash with Chrissy. Thanks. Don't mention it. Anyway, are you feeling okay? I have a headache from hell. And I guess I'm in a little bit of shock. But other than that, Eddie moves from his spot on the floor, wincing as he stands up. He walks over to the nightstand beside the bed, opens the drawer, and fishes out a bottle of ibuprofen. He opens the bottle and gets out 2 tablets, handing them to me with the glass of water that he had left on the nightstand sometime between now and the wee hours of the morning. Here, take these and drink that water all the way down. It'll help. While you relax a little bit more, I'm going to go make you some breakfast. You don't want to have an empty stomach when you're coming down off a high like that. So, pancakes or egos? I hesitate. It's been my habit to skip breakfast in the morning and to even skip lunch in the afternoon, trying to watch all my calories. So it's also a habit for me to wake up at 4 in the morning and go run every day. But I have a feeling that anyone will let me do anything close to my own routine. 2 Eggos? No butter and no syrup. Um, okay. That's a bit boring, but if you insist. Here, stay put. I'll be right back. Eddie? Eddie's chocolate brown eyes meet mine just as he's about to exit the room. Yeah? Um, thank you for everything. Uh, yeah, of course. I'll be right back. I blush as he looks at me a little longer before leaving the bedroom. My attention turns back to the room that I haven't been in since, I guess, since 7th grade. Some things have obviously changed. He's more messy than he was back when he was in 8th grade, with his stray PBR cans and his ashtray full of cigarette butts, along with some other questionable stuff. He has a hand-painted corroded coffin banner hanging up on one wall, and his guitar, the guitar I remember him saving up all summer for, is hanging right above his built-in vanity. I remember he named it Sweetheart. The room used to belong to Eddie's Uncle Wayne. When Eddie moved into the trailer, Wayne gave up his master/only bedroom for Eddie so he could have more privacy as a teenager. Wayne moved out into the living room, either sleeping on an old cot or in his recliner. I always liked Wayne, and so did my parents. My dad was actually Wayne's supervisor at work, but they got along so well that they became fishing buddies outside of work. Wayne took it pretty hard when Dad died of his heart attack. Hence, this is actually how I met Eddie, was because of my dad. My dad had invited the Munson men to camp with us in the summer of 1982. It was an annual family trip that my dad would orchestrate every year. We would rent a cabin right outside of Cleveland for a week. We would go fish, canoe, tell ghost stories, and eat toasted marshmallows by campfire and swim. I was so pissed at my dad that year because I wanted to skip the trip so I could stay with the Wheelers and enjoy modern comforts. My dad, though, just as stubborn as me, insisted that I come along and keep the Munson boy company. He was new and he didn't have any friends. I think my dad knew that Jason was not going to be very kind. So my dad buttered me up enough to finally make me agree to go. He claimed that me and Eddie would hit it off right away. My dad, always known to prove a point, turned out right. Eddie was scrappy back then. Long-legged, lanky, and awkward. His hair was buzzed down, and he was just starting to enter his punk metal head phase. I think Wayne was a little bit beside himself. Eddie definitely wasn't a Tom Cruise by any means. Just another dorky guy that had a sharp wit and was willing to overlook the fact that I was just a chubby girl. He treated me like an equal that week. We tramped around the woods, pulled midnight pranks on each other in our bunks, and talked each other's ears off about Star Wars, music, and photography. Well, I talked about my love for photography, and he listened without interruption. That was a rarity in my friend group and even my family. In a short time, he became my best friend. Jason, however, wasn't a fan from the start, and he made that abundantly clear. It didn't matter how much my parents scolded him about his lack of manners. He couldn't care less about hurting someone's feelings. He saw Eddie as a dirt poor loser, and Wayne was just trash to him, beneath us in Hawkins society's food chain. I'm ashamed to admit it now. After everything that happened overnight, but after, but I started to believe Jason that he was right about the Munsons. I was pissed at Eddie for basically ditching me for his new crew and the girls at the hideout. Hawkins is a very small town, and you hear a lot of rumors. It made me cringe whenever I thought about Eddie with those girls. And I couldn't figure out why. Or I just didn't want to acknowledge the reason why it truly bothered me. I pulled the covers around me once more, forgetting how cold his bedroom gets around this time of year. Eddie comes back inside his room with a paper plate with the 2 Egos I requested and a cup of coffee. He sits down next to me on the bed and carefully hands me both. 2 sweet and lows. No cream, right? I nod, surprised that he actually remembered. Thanks. You really should get another blanket in here, you know? I forgot how cold it gets inside your room, especially at the end of August. I forgot how cold you tend to get. It doesn't really bother me. He stands up and goes over to the closet, grabbing a zippered black hoodie from the hanger. He brings it back to me and wraps it around my shoulders before sitting down next to me again. I broke the cardinal rule of Wayne's and turned the furnace on just for you, so it should warm up very soon. But you have to remind me to turn it off before I forget. Okay, thanks. Again, you didn't have to do that. You sure you feel okay? Do you need me to call Mrs. Bumgardner again? I got her on standby. No, no, I'm fine. I guess I just feel so stupid, and I'm in shock. I mean, I know I shouldn't be shocked. I mean, this is Andy, and he's such a skis. God, I just feel so stupid. I know how he is, and I fell right into his game. I'm not surprised that he put a move on me, but the way he I know, Liz. And I'm so fucking sorry. But why are you sorry? What? You didn't do anything. I sold the K to that bitch, and she palmed it over to him. No matter how hard I tried, I could not sleep last night. I just kept thinking about you. That look on your face. I keep thinking about what would have happened if I didn't get to you in time. But you did. But it isn't enough, Liz. It shouldn't have happened. Period. I I shouldn't have given you such a hard time in the van either. I shouldn't have called you an entitled bitch because you're far from it. Not really. Yeah, you are. You really are. I thought about this a lot overnight, okay? When I first moved here, you were the only person in this town that welcomed me. Well, besides your parents. You didn't treat me like I was a dirt bag. Like Jason? Exactly. But I'm not a Saint Eddie. I mean, I started thinking a lot like Jason when well, when we stopped talking. I really can't blame you for that. I'm just as much to blame, if not more. I could have called. I could have stopped by to see you. We're going to talk ourselves into circles here. So, can we just drop this and call it truce? Truce? Yeah, truce. Like friends again? Yeah, something like that. um, what would your D&D buddies think about that? Who cares? um, hey, we are just friends. It's not like I'm asking you to marry me. Good, because I would say no in a heartbeat. Good, because the feeling is mutual. Oh. Can I be honest with you? Sure. I really missed that laugh. I missed yours too. But if you bring it up again, I'm going to deny it. Eddie looks at me, a small smile spreading on his lips. Hesitantly, he reaches up and brushes a tendril of my hair out of my face, tucking it behind my ear. I guess I should get ready for the day. Nope, not yet. Gotta eat first. Then you can get ready. Like I said, you don't want to come off a high with an empty stomach, so make sure you eat and drink your coffee and drink some more water. Then you could get ready. I got a fresh towel and a new toothbrush in the bathroom for you too, so yeah. Thank you. Are we still meeting the guys at Skull Rock at noon? Only if you feel up to it. I don't want you pushing yourself if you feel sick. No. Honestly, I want to go. It's supposed to be perfect weather today, and besides, I got my camera and I got some extra film. I picked that up from our labs yesterday. So, oh, shit. Fuck. What? What's wrong? My mom. Oh, fuck. She's gonna kill me. No. Crisis averted. She thinks you are sleeping over at Chrissy's. You're safe. Oh, thank God. The last thing I need is to be grounded right now. That guy she's dating, Roger, he's a real militant ass, and he has been influencing her hardcore on her parenting skills lately. Yeah, so I heard. He kind of sounds like a total dick, to be honest with you. He definitely isn't your dad, is he? Nope, not in the slightest. Eddie gently rubs my knee through the covers, and immediately I feel safe. I smile softly before cutting a bite from one of my Egos, ready to take on the day. Okay, guys, that is the end of episode 3 for series 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not sure where this is going to go, but hopefully it goes somewhere. We'll see what happens. As for Thirst Trap Thursday, it is still on. Don't you worry. I think what I'm going to do is I've got an idea from one of our listeners here, and I think it's going to be a good idea, and I think it's going to be kind of spicy. And I think it's going to take you guys by surprise just a little bit. It's going to be a surprise. I'm going to leave it at that. How's that sound? It sounds good. At least right now. It's 1 a.m. and I'm tired. So, but yeah, I will have that episode out to you sometime tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you all so much for your love and support. Again, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I've been kind of feeling a little down in the dumps lately. So it's nice to see that there are people out there that are not only nice, but they appreciate what I do as little as I do. So again, thank you guys. Take care of each other, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Love you. Bye.